welcome back, Advanced Guitar. Let's jump in. Make sure that your guitar is in tune. And since you're advanced guitar, that means that it should be already ready to go before class even begins. And if you don't have a stand, I recommend investing in one. We're going to be using the pick for the majority of this. So get that pick ready, get your posture all relaxed, ready to go. And let's just work on the chromatic scale on all 6 strings going left and right, and then we'll do up and down. So again, the chromatic scale is all 12 tones of the keyboard. So get that image of the keyboard out in front of you so you know kind of what we're working with, all right? And remember, you could do away with the keyboard if you just memorize that B and E have no sharp, right? B and E, they don't have a sharp. Everything else has a little note in between itself and the next one. Okay, so let's do it. On the E string, going all the way to E, every note in between. Here we go. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, slide A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E again. Now with that pick, you should be going down and up. So this is a time for you to practice your mechanics and try to hit down and up. Now let's go to the A string. A, sharp, B, sharp is C, right? There's no B sharp. So A, sharp, B, C, C sharp, slide up D, D sharp, E, F, G, nope, that's F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. Let's try that again. A, sharp, B, C, sharp, D, sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. You might notice I start saying the letter, and then on the next fret I'll say sharp, and that's much easier for me than just saying G and then G sharp, right? So I'm just cutting out that redundant G. Moving on to the D string. D, sharp, E, F, sharp, G, sharp, A, sharp, B, C, sharp, D. Nice. Onto the G string. G, sharp, A, sharp, B, C, sharp, D, sharp, E, F, sharp, G, B, C, sharp, D, sharp, E, F, sharp, G, sharp, A, B. Nope, that's A sharp and then B. Nice, good fix. Last one's E, F, sharp, G, sharp, A, sharp, B, C, sharp, D, sharp, and E. If you can go fast like that, you are solid. It should be getting faster and faster, more comfortable. The hard part is going backwards, like with the alphabet and walking on a line, right? Don't get into that compromise situation. But let's try going backwards carefully, all right? So we're counting down with flats now, because whenever we go down, we use flats, and when we go up, we use sharps. So let's go down with flats, starting up here on the highest E on the 12th fret. So that's E. Now flat, D, flat, C has no flat, so it's going to go straight to B. Just like B has no sharp, in which case it would go up to C, right? So C down to B down to B flat down to A down to A flat, then G, flat, F, no flat on F, right? It's just E. Perfect. So let's do that again carefully. E, flat, D, flat, C, B, flat, A, flat, G, flat, F, and E. Again, you don't have to go that fast, but I'm just trying to illustrate that as long as you remember that B and E have no sharp, meaning C and F have no flat, if you get that into your skull, into your mind, you're good to go. So now let's do it on the B string. Flat, A, flat, G, flat, F, E, flat, D, flat, C, and no flat there goes to B. So get that logic going. Practice going up and back on all 6 because you're advanced. And this is really how to get your mind into the guitar. Okay, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, moving right along. We're now doing the natural note scale. Arguably more interesting than the chromatic scale. Okay, so with the chromatic scale, we played all 12 tones on the keyboard and also on the guitar. We played all 12 tones from E to shining E A, and so on and so forth. Now we want to play the natural note scale, meaning no sharps and no flats. So now we have to treat them like lava notes and skip over them, all right? The first one is E, and let's jump right into it. Let's go all the way up the length of all of the strings. Then we're going to go all the way down using all of the notes. So that means that when we do these, going left and right, we're starting on E, then we're starting on A, then we're starting on D, then G, then B, and then E again. But when we go vertically, we can start on any note we like. So it doesn't have to be limited to the string names. We can start anywhere on this E string, and that kind of tells us where we're going to go from there. So let's go from the horizontal. E, F, G, slide to A, B, C, slide to D, and then E again. Now, as an advanced guitarist, you should be kind of familiar with where your fingers need to go. Don't be the person who plays everything with the index finger. That's not acceptable. It's too slow, okay? We want to move our hand as little as possible when we play. So again, E, F, G, then slide, A, B, C, use your pinky, then slide D, and E again. Now let's do the rest, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. Nice. D string, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. G string, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Last one, E again. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E. Not so bad. You're going to start noticing patterns as well, right? So some of the strings, they play familiar. They play well going left and right. They're very similar to each other, right? The E's are obviously exactly the same. Okay, now we got to go vertically. And what we're going to do is we're going to play E, F, G, A, B, C, D. But we're going to do the natural note scale of each one, going vertical, okay? Top one is E, so open, 1, 3. Right, so E, F, G. Next string, A. That was A, B, C. Next string, D, E, F. Next string, G, A. Next string's B, then C, D, and E. Easy. So let's do it again with numbers. So fret numbers. 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0. There you go. That's E, natural note. We skipped over every sharp, okay? Now we're going to start on F. And what you're going to notice is that it's exactly the same as what we did before. Exactly the same as the E, except for how it starts and ends. So everything in the middle is exactly the same, but the top two are different. So that's it. F, G, A, B, C, D. So, sorry, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. And lastly, the G. So we're starting on G and ending on G. Again, it's going to be exactly the same as before. We just start here and finish here. Okay, on G. So let's go. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Easy peasy. Now we have to actually change. So we're going to go to the A right here. And you got to be careful because now we're departing from using the open strings. So no more open strings for us. We always have to compress a note with our finger now. Okay? So let's do it carefully. A, B, C, D. See that? It's not an open string anymore. Now I'm using the A string on the 5th fret to produce the D note. Okay, so 5, 7, 8, 5. Or A, B, C, D. Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7. That's A to A. To continue, we got to use what I call the super pinky. All right, so here we go. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, super pinky, so we're skipping over a fret with our pinky. Then index again, ring, then index, sorry, middle, pinky, index, ring, pinky. All right, so that's A natural note scale. Work through this carefully, skip over all of the sharps on your way up, and do this for every single note. So we did half of them roughly. E, F, G, and A. Now you need to do B, C, D. Okay, so B, C, and D. Good luck, figure them out, go slowly, right? We're moving right along. We did the natural note scale, left and right, and up and down. Now we need to go back and play some of those chords again. So let's review briefly. From top to bottom, we're gonna play the C chord, so C major, and that's 0, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. The second chord is A major, which is 0, 0, 2, 2, 2, 0. Okay, the third chord is G major, and that's 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3. Then E major, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. And then D major, 0, 0, 0, 2, 3, 2. And now grab your metronome, turn it on to 60 BPM. Or when you practice, turn on your metronome to 60. And we're going to go through them. C, A, G, E, D. Let's just jump in. Let's do it every 2 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, C. To A, to G, to E, to D. And back to C. A, right? And continue. But now what I want you to do is to go down with one chord and come back up with the next one. So 1, 2, 3, C major. Coming up with A. Coming down with G. Coming up with E. Coming down with D. Coming up with C. Down with A. Then up with G. Down with E. And up with D. I think I screwed something up. Down with C. No, I didn't. And A. And G. And E. And D. C. A. G. E. D. C. Right, and you can do this forever and ever and ever. But just to get used to the mechanics in the right hand, down, up, with the left hand changing, and trying to keep your thumb down. My tendency is to come over the top, and I'm breaking that all the time. So just break the habit, get the thumb lower and lower to get more torque and more pressure on the strings. Okay, so those were the C, A, G, E, D to the metronome. Now I want you to crank up that speed to 70 BPM. And try to do this with every 2 ticks. Ready? 1, 2, on C major. A, G, E, D, C, and so on. Whoops. And after a while, it should become kind of mindless, and that's perfect. That means it's kind of setting in. You're not focusing on it as much. You're able to just do it without focusing, and that's nice. Once you've done that, though, we've got to move on to the next thing, because if you don't think while you're playing, you're not doing enough, okay? So practice this, do all 5 of those chords over and over again, and try to ramp up the speed until you can't do it anymore, okay? Just like working out in the gym, you want it to be to the point where you're breaking your limit. This is 80. Still a little bit too slow for me. Let me crank it to 120. Oops, I skipped a chord, so I lost, right? You can play a game with yourself. If you lose, you dock a point, blah, blah, blah. You know, you just create your own thing. But practice this for 5 minutes, and I'll see you then. Okay, on to more interesting things. Today we're going to learn all of those chords that you're used to, the C, A, G, E, and D, in minor form. Okay, so this is going to be a little tricky because we have to change how we associate our left hand. First, C minor. Normally, we would play our C minor like this. 0, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. But we need to change the chord, right? This is major. We need to make it into a minor chord. And what we're going to do is we're going to find where the E note is in this chord. So the top note is E, and that's great. The second note down is C. The third note down is E. There's the target. So this finger has to change to make it minor. We're going to move this one down by 1 fret, and that's going to make it minor. So we're going to rearrange our fingers here. This D string is going to be held on the 1st fret now. So that's what it looks like. If I describe the notes now, it would be X, in other words, don't play the top, 3, 1, 0, 1, and just that, X, right? So we don't want to play that one. We're just playing the 4 middle strings. Really good to get just your fingers involved here and pluck. That's C minor. We'll get into the theory of why it's minor later on. But for now, just get that new shape. It's a really heck of a stretch, right? It's going to be tough on your pinky. You're really going to have to stretch it out. But it's good practice. That's your C minor. So again, X, 3, 1, 0, 1, X. So just playing those middle 4. All right, that's C minor. The next one is A minor. A lot easier. Take your E major shape and just move everything down by 1 string. And that's A minor. So again, your E major shape going down by 1 string each. So the official tab would read 0, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0. That's A minor. Okay? Next, we have to transition our G major into minor. So this is G major. And we need to find the B note in this chord and turn it into a B flat note. So we have to drop it down by a half step. That's what we say. And so the top one is G, right? The second note on the A string is B. So that's our culprit. We want to find and fix that one. So somehow we've got to play here and here and here. We can do it, not a big deal. We're just taking this position and we're dropping it down. Now be careful, because if you still play the open B string, it's going to sound terrible because it's not supposed to be in the chord. So try not to play that note. Just focus on the top 2 and the last. So I'm not playing this open B string. I can play everything else though. And that's G minor. Next one is E minor. Very easy chord to play. Take your E major shape and just take your index off the guitar. So no more holding that G string. And you've got E minor. So we took our G sharp and we dropped it to G. This one right here, that's G sharp. We take that off and it becomes G natural. So this is E, G natural, and B. That's the E minor chord. So the description would be 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Okay, just one more, and that's D minor. So we're going to take our regular D major here, and we're going to drop this E string down by 1 fret. You're starting to notice a trend, right? In all of these cases, one of these is getting moved down by 1 fret. So in this case, we're going to drop this E string down to the 1st fret. So instead of playing F sharp, we're going to play F natural. So now we're going to take our index, put it on the E string on the 1st fret, middle finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and ring or pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret. And that's D minor, D, F, A. Again, we're trying to avoid this top E string. So X 0, 0, 2, 3, 1. And that's D minor. So now you've got 10 chords. You've got the majors and their relative minors. Not their relative, but their similar, right? Same note name, but with different quality. And now you've got different shapes to play with your left hand too, which hopefully will feel more of a stretch and kind of bring some new sounds out of your instrument. Take 5 minutes, practice these new 5 minor chords yourself. Okay, now I want to focus on arpeggio with the pick. Eventually you're going to have to get comfortable moving across the strings and picking which one, no pun intended, picking which one you want to hear. So if you're playing a chord like, let's say, C minor, right? So that was X 3 1 0 1 X, right? That was your C minor. Now when we arpeggio, when we play individual notes of the chord, it gives us a little more control over not hearing the lava notes. So we don't want to hear E natural. We want to hear E flat, which is held on the D string. So it gives us a little more choice. Now, I want you to practice plucking each string that you're holding in your left hand using your right hand pick. So that means you're holding the A string, so you'll pluck that. You're holding the D string, so you'll pluck that too. But you're not holding the G. You don't have to play it, but you can if you'd like to practice. And then finally that B string holding the C. And just practice getting your hand in a comfortable, consistent location. And try to rotate your wrist downward. Your right hand wrist rotates down while you pluck. And that makes it more consistent. And try to get comfortable with that space. It's going to take time to figure out how much you have to move to hit each string. But eventually you'll be able to do it without looking, and that's the goal, right? And when you start getting more confident, you can start skipping over strings. So that means A string, D string, A string, G string, A string, B string. And try doing this over and over. And then you're going to start really getting that fine muscle movement necessary to play a lot of those complicated songs with that right hand and with the pick, okay? So it's very important that you get used to this early. So that was your C minor. I want you to do this for every single minor chord that you just learned. So that means the C minor shape here. Then you're going to move to the A minor shape, okay? Then your G minor shape, remember it was here, and now we just moved this over. Okay, that was G minor. Now we're going to play the E minor. And then D minor, the very last one. And all you have to do is avoid that top string. Easy, right? Now the challenge is to put that metronome on and practice going in between each chords without hitting those notes you're not supposed to, right? So with that C, you're not supposed to hit the top and bottom ones. With the G, you're not supposed to hit the B, right? The open B, and so on and so forth. Some of them are easier than others, but it's a really good thing to practice transitioning without hitting the wrong notes. So give yourself plenty of time to practice arpeggio with the pick and getting used to a consistent pattern for your right hand and rotating the wrist more. Good luck, and I'll see you in 5. Okay, we're on to the last part for today, and it's a fun one and an easy one. We're going to do the minor pentatonic. So get out a pen or download an image of it, and you have a choice. You can either write IP, IR, 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 IP, IP, all going up. So that would be, yeah, you can either write IP, IR, 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 IP, IP, or you can write 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8, like this. Don't know if you can read that. Come on, focus. Just like when you write the tabs, so just like when you write the numbers going in ascending order, you'll write this pattern exactly the same way, okay? And what we're doing is we're playing what's called the minor pentatonic scale. So we are creating a pattern for this scale. And all of guitar riffs, every guitar scale is based on a pattern. And it's kind of what makes it exciting because you have to get your left hand used to all these different patterns. The minor pentatonic is IP, meaning your index to your pinky. So you're skipping over your middle, your ring, and going straight to the pinky. And this is happening on the 5th fret. It's kind of arbitrary. I'm doing that because it matches A minor. And so we're going to do 5, 8, or IP. Then we're going to move to the next string and play IR, or index ring. Also 5, 7, right? So IP, IR, down to the next one is IR, next one's IR, next one's IP, last one's IP. Okay, so that's why I said IP, IR, 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 IP, IP. No UP, no IP, no IP, no UP, we all P. And that's the minor pentatonic scale, which is what's used in the blues, and you must learn this, okay? It's critical. To jam, to riff, to play on your own, to have fun, to play along with your favorite music. This is one of the best ways, okay? But as advanced guitarists, you're going to use this minor pentatonic as a way to practice your technique, meaning palm muting. That's palm muting, where I'm taking my flesh of the right hand, I'm blocking the sound of the string, maybe cutting it into like 2/3. So you only hear a little bit. Next, we're going to use hammer-ons, okay? So and also when we're going back, we're going to use pull-offs, right? So cool. Then we're going to do some bends. Okay, then we can do slides and whatever, right? So, all right, practice those. Feel free to make mistakes because it's really the only way to get better. You're gonna have to challenge yourself and not play it too safe. But make sure you recognize when you're making a mistake. So if you go, that's too high, right? So you just go to where your pinky would have gone for the slide. If you miss a note, maybe the next time you play it a little bit louder. So let's say I missed a note. Well, next time I come in, I'm going to play it much louder. So it kind of covers up the fact that I missed the string. We want to make it almost impossible for the listener to see that you made a mistake by going right into and right confidently into the next phrase. So that's the minor pentatonic scale, and it can be used anywhere on your guitar as long as there's room for your fingers to work. So if I took it on the 5th fret and I changed and I played it on the 8th fret, it would be C minor pentatonic. And if I played it on the 1st fret, it's F minor pentatonic. And you can do this anywhere, right? So have fun with it. Practice it anywhere you like. Practice all of your techniques. And that should be enough fun for you until the next class, which will be class 6. All right, have fun. It's a lot of stuff. Cheers.